Welcome to Pisces Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi the Light Seer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment, and let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning, 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 good morning. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to Pisces Tarot, everybody. I am your host. I am Mimi the Light Seer. Over here at Pisces Tarot, your business is my business. And oh, child, I don't know who business we finna get into today, but it's about to be somebody's business. Listen, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to all of my guppies, my friends who are on the graveyard shifts. Good evening to all of my international folks. Wherever you are and whatever time it is that you see this, I hope that you have a good, prosperous, and healthy day. If you are new to the Pisces Tarot experience, I want you to go ahead and put a star in the chat. If you are a returning fish, I want you to go ahead and put a fish in the chat. We love to welcome all of our new and prior fish over here in the sea. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. If you didn't know, it's get messy over here at Pisces Tarot, okay? Now, I just want to take a minute to set the tone for the day of what to expect in this reading. Number one, we're going to do a brief meditation and a sound bone cleanse, followed by a divine download and or an earworm, which means some type of cosmic insight that I have obtained prior to coming into this reading, followed by an energy reading. Good morning, all my beautiful people. Hey, my babies. We're going to do an energy reading for this reading, which is starting out here. I'm going to follow up and confirm everything that I told you with the tarot cards, and lastly, step and close out with some type of final thoughts, y'all, okay? Now, before we get started, it is so important to put yourself into a position of receiving, y'all. So what that means is we're going to take 3 deep breaths. You're going to count in for 4, hold it for 4, release for 4, okay? What I want you to focus on putting into your heart space is something you want to manifest, okay? We're going to hold the positive feeling of whatever it is that you want to manifest, and we're going to release the opposite thereof, okay? We're going to do that 3 times, all right? Breathe it into your heart space, all right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Woo! Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. We putting ourselves into a position of receiving this good divine word this morning. And let's do this overall sound bowl cleanse. Because listen, I don't know where you've been up all night. You might have been at work all night. You might have been arguing with your boo. You might have been nasty with your boo. I don't know where you've been all night. But we about to cleanse this energy to, again, position ourselves into a place of receiving. So here we go, y'all. Yay, we got some motion. Divine white light, you are welcome in this place. If I don't stop dropping stuff. You're welcome in this place. We are here to receive your divine wisdom and insight. And if y'all listen, I'm excited about this, right? I don't know why I'm so excited. I'm gonna tell you that now. I don't know why I'm so excited. But before we get started, y'all, let's go ahead and find those hand clapping emojis and start putting those hand clapping emojis in the chat, because let me tell you something. This is an interactive experience. I talk to you, so please talk back to me now. All right? So we're going to get this started. Warming this up with some hand clapping emojis. Let's get them hand clapping emojis going, because, baby, I want to know what is so exciting. Like, my energy is so excited right now. So that means it must be something really exciting coming out of this, all right? So if y'all ready to get into this reading, I need y'all to go ahead and find them hand clapping emojis so we can go ahead and get into it, shall we? Here we go. All right, y'all. Spirit, divine white light, you are welcome in this place. Give us clear and precise messages that would not only resonate with the people who are watching this live currently, but the people who will come to join this live later. Let the messages resonate. Let it be clear. Let it be effective. For the harm of none and for the benefit of all. That is most important. For the harm of none, but for the benefit of all. Give us transparency. Give us clarity. Illuminate and provide insights as to what is going on in the lives of those. Hey, what's going on with the lives of those that are around? My babies are here today. Good morning. All right, y'all. So let's get into this. Keep saying shuffle. What is the overall energy reading for today? What is the overall energy for today? What is the overall energy for today? Whoop. Okay, that one came out. Tender embrace. A tender embrace. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys pay attention very much to elephants as much as I do, but I love a good elephant. Okay. I love a good elephant. And the reason why elephants are so beautiful to me is because they are so intelligent. Elephants are highly intelligent. I don't know if you may know or not, but there are some elephants that know how to paint, and they paint other elephants. It is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. And when I tell you, when you look at the finished artwork, you would never know that an elephant painted that picture, okay? You would never know that. I've seen elephants playing the drums. I've seen elephants, when they protect their babies, like elephants stand up when they give birth, so the baby falls out on the ground, which I think kind of hurts the baby. But anyway, and then once the baby is born, all the other mom elephants come around and they stand around the elephant to protect the elephant, just like when they're under attack, the other elephants come around and stand. Elephants are playful, especially when they're babies. They play with other elephants. Like, elephants are a real beautiful species, if you will, right? And so when it comes to that tender embrace, right? Now, ironically, it looks like it's some paint on here. Well, yes, it is paint, but it's like paint of hearts, paint of like birds. I don't know if you'll be able to see this as I hold this up, but you see that, like those little colors, those are the paints. Okay, you see there's wings there, there's like a heart over here, there's like magical things, right? So what I'm getting with this card, the overall energy is when you get the opportunity to embrace somebody tenderly, okay, when there is a tender embrace with someone specifically, y'all, I do feel like it's going to be restorative and magical in nature, okay? Restorative and magical in nature. There is a conversation that will be had that will facilitate necessary, good morning. There's a conversation that will be had that will facilitate necessary, illumination of feelings, a resolve of feelings. This feels like a long time coming conversation. If you've if you know that there is somebody specifically in your life how to really handle or address this situation, can you go ahead and just put a red heart in the chat? Just go ahead and put a red heart in the chat. Because it definitely feels as though this is a conversation that needs to be had, that will help bridge the gap, but will also still bring forth like some type of joy and playfulness. Like there's an innocence that is here with this, okay? There is an innocence that is here with this. All right, now, the truth that you need to hear for your journey, the truth that you need to hear for your journey is what? What is the truth that they need to hear for their journey? Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight and awareness, okay? So this denial card is definitely pointing to that conversation with the insight and awareness, okay? I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight and awareness. So that insight and awareness has to come from the conversation that needs to be had, okay? It has to come from the conversation that needs to be had. And it feels like initially somebody rejected the truth for what it was. There was a barrier placed. There was resistance here. There was denial here, okay? It was something you didn't want to admit to yourself, okay? Much less admit to the other person. Now, when we talk about the messages from the guides of the hidden realms, what messages do the guides from the hidden realms have for us today? What messages do the guides from the hidden realms have for us today? Another chance to be. Another chance to be. Isn't that interesting? Another chance to be. Okay? Reclamation, second chances, rebirth, emotional healing. Okay? Didn't I tell y'all momentarily? This is like a clearing of the air. This is the opportunity to illuminate and to give clarity and to have some type of compassion and healing. Okay? With this blue card here, this is speaking again to that whole conversation that needs to be had. Throat chakra. Okay? Throat chakra. That's exactly what that is. So you guys are possibly preparing yourself to have a conversation with somebody. You really probably are not necessarily ready to have this conversation right now. I feel like this conversation is definitely going to catch you off guard. Okay? I definitely feel like this conversation is definitely going to catch you off guard. Okay? Now, let's see. What do the mermaids have to say? It's an apology. It's acknowledgement. Refreshing relief. Like you didn't see this. I feel like you didn't see this coming. Okay? Whether it's you owning the conversation or somebody else owning the conversation. We'll find out who's having a conversation specifically here in a second. But it definitely feels like somebody did not see this coming at all. At all. Okay? At all. Now, Coral Cathedral. Honor the sacredness of each moment and live fully in the present. Okay? Okay? Whew. I'm telling you, I don't think that in the prior moments of this relationship, I don't think that you would have valued and appreciated this as much as you are now appreciating this. Okay? Very interesting. Spirit, how is this showing up for us in our day-to-day lives? How is this showing up for us in our day-to-day lives? How is this showing up in the day-to-day lives? Okay, some of you may have considered and or are thinking about going to get a psychic reading or oracle. Okay, this may be where you're needing to get that additional clarity that you're looking for, which is possibly why you're here listening to me. Okay, but the oracle card is here. All right, so there is a need for some type of clarity. Like there is some type of confusion that is here, information that is here that you may or may not necessarily know how to answer or to clarify, or just need that insight, right? Which goes back to what we were referencing with the denial card. I acknowledge my fear, but I replaced it with the insight of awareness. Okay, there is a lot of insight that is happening here that is going to cause you to have to do something differently. Okay, it's going to definitely cause you to do something differently. All right, what is our soul whisper for today? What is our soul whisper for today? What is our soul whisper for today? You know, it's an interesting feeling, right? Because the insight that I'm picking up on is that of there is a little bit of confusion here, and I'm trying to understand who's confused. All right, who is confused? Okay, our soul whisper. Macrocosm is the soul whisper for today. Macrocosm is the soul whisper for today. Okay, so let's tap into this. What is happening here with this macrocosm? Macrocosm. All right. That's at the back of the book too. The universe is not made up of atoms. It is made up of tiny stories. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Okay. Gaze up into the sky on a clear night and you will see a million stars, a million galaxies spanning farther than your imagination could ever take you. Consider the possibility that somewhere along this great expanse, there is another person like yourself looking out with the same questions and the same worries and the same wonders. It is important to always have the perspective of your place in the cosmos. While each thing in your own reality may seem huge, realize that in the grand scheme of things, your worries are simply a drop in the ocean. Remember that on this journey, you are never alone, and there will be someone who has trodden this path before you. Keep an eye out for markers along your journey, those familiar things that help you remember how, despite the lonely road may feel, you may have forged the same path ahead of you. Many have forged the same path ahead of you. Tomorrow, the universe will take in anew and with the promise of possibility for what is to come, for you and for all. This is about you changing your perspective, having a depth, an outlook, and a proportion, okay? This is about you overcoming emptiness, nothingness, hopelessness, voids, okay? This is about you being present. So I'm going back to what I said earlier, okay? About there being a conversation that is going to take place that is going to be illuminating. This is going to provide you the insight to help you overcome your fears. This is going to help you give birth to the second chance that is coming within this relationship. However, it is important for you to be present during this conversation and treasure what is happening. Because you disrespected this the first time. Either you or they did. Probably both of you, right? There was a disrespect of the connection before that is not palatable this time around, all right? This is dealing with your crown chakra. So we got a few different chakras going on here, okay? We have a few different chakras going on here today, all right? And the sacred words for today is when I allowed myself to look beyond the present, I am able to see the world with a new perspective, okay? So this is going to give you a fresh and new perspective. This conversation that is coming forward is going to be very much so healing to you guys, okay? This is going to be very much so healing to you guys. And why did nobody tell me until just now? I didn't put my crown on. Y'all know I can't live without my crown. How we gonna do that? You jive turkeys. All right, here we go. So, here we go. This definitely does feel like this is somebody that you may have had a connection with before in the past. I'm not going to call this person an ex because I don't know the depth of the relationship, but this is definitely somebody that you had a prior connection with in the past. Okay? It definitely gives me mixed connection vibes. Mixed connection vibes, okay? All right. Okay, somebody may have a pet. Why is my nose itching? Somebody may have a pet. Okay, either you're getting a pet or you're using a pet for like emotional support during this time. All right, but somebody's got pet. They love pets. I'm hearing dog more specifically. Whoa, that came flying out. Spilling the beans, revealing secrets, cats out of the bag, untrustworthy. Okay? So it definitely feels as though this conversation that is coming forward is going to be revealing of secrets. And it is going to provide that transparency that we spoke about momentarily. Okay? Or previously, I should say. So there's a spilling of the beans coming out. Spirit, what is the tea? What is the tea? I get the impression that you didn't know this person cared as much as they do. Okay, they may have been a lot of groupies involved, a lot of different people, too many different other options in the picture, may have made somebody feel uncomfortable in this connection, okay? I'm hearing social media was a problem. Okay, social media was a problem. Or is a problem. All right, what is the true emotion here? True emotion. What is the true emotion here? There was definitely a lot of confusion in this connection. Okay, there was definitely a lot of confusion in this connection. A lot of third-party interference. Okay. As I said, that no strings. Woo! I definitely get the impression that if and when you guys do have this conversation, you will be shocked to know what this person truly has to say. What lies beneath this? What lies beneath this? What lies beneath this? Okay, not doing that. Setting the record straight. Setting the record straight. Okay? Setting the record straight. That goes back to that conversation that needs to be had. Okay? Y'all let me skip the whole insight section and jump right into the energy reading. Somebody gonna be so confused. Okay. Guilt. Okay, somebody is feeling guilty. They are remorseful. They feel ashamed. They want to apologize. All right. Oops. All right. So the true crime here. I keep hearing this song in my ear, and that's what made me think about the insight piece. So I'll go ahead, after I finish pulling these cards, I'll go back to that, because I've been hearing it the whole time I've been going live. So I wonder if that has something to do with this. Well, it has to, because I just have to stop and look it up. All right, here we go. What is the true crime here? What is the true crime here? It's a cover up. Okay, somebody has been covering up. Remember I said there's a barrier, there's a denial, there is some resistance. Okay. What is the yin and yang? What is the influential energy here? What is the yin and yang, the influential energy? Nobody kissing you but me. Ha! I let the cat out the bag. 'Cause you are freedom. Uranus. Leap of faith. Breaking free. New cycles. Fast change. A new direction. All right? A new direction. Woo! 'Cause you are my starship. Aha! Y'all, listen. Who y'all got? Oh, baby. Somebody is really in their feelings. Hey. All right. What is blocking this connection from growing and thriving? What is blocking? Okay. Self-neglect. You are neglecting your own needs in a relationship. Practice self-care. All right. So somebody needed to take better care of themselves. Whew. And the last insight that we're going to pull from Spirit, does this person love this person or not? Like, what is going on? What is the connection like? Is there love in this relationship or not? I don't want nobody. All right, here we go. That's too many. If you ask me, I will say yes. If you ask me, I will say yes. There is still a curiosity here. Okay, there is still a curiosity here. They're hoping still for a possibility. All right. So in other words, the door is still open. Okay. Now, for those of you who are just joining, I just mentioned I was supposed to be doing the insight and I skipped completely over it, which means I need to go back to it. However, I'm going to pull up the earworm right now so I can be ready. All right. Because that song is like burning my ear right now. Okay, here we are. All right, so person A. Person A is may have had the habit of neglecting themselves in this relationship. Okay, they needed to prioritize their own needs first. I do feel like they have Uranus right now on their side, which is causing them to take a leap of faith, breaking free, creating a new cycle, fast change in a new direction. I feel like they may have been loving on their pets, like trying to emotionally support them during this time right now. I definitely feel as though in the past there may have been some concerns with other people and how other people were moving and doing things, especially when it comes to their feelings. I feel like they may have been covering up their feelings this whole time. Okay, I think that they have been pretending like they're not bothered when they are bothered, that they're not hurt when they are hurt, and they have been wearing a mask, trying to acquiesce, right? It is what it is, but trying to get into the position of where it's like, you know what, I'm not bothered. But the reality is, if this conversation were to be had the way that we're talking about this conversation being had, I do feel like this person would be open. Okay, they would be open to going back in this relationship and doing this again. Okay, I definitely feel like they will be willing to go back and to do this again. All right, now person B in this wants to set the record straight. They need to have a conversation with you. They're gonna be spilling the beans, letting the cat out the bag, revealing all their secrets. Okay, this person feels guilty. They feel remorseful and ashamed for how they have done things, how they've handled things. They know that they weren't right. They know they weren't being honest. And the truth is starting to come out. The truth will set them free. This is about them and their desire to have no strings attached, because they wanted to be able to entertain all these other groupies, all these other people, all these other females, okay? Whatever their dynamic looks like for them, that's what that looks like. All right? So I'm going to put a pin here. Let's go on over to the energy read, since I'm technically off agenda right now. So let me switch gears into the energy reading so then I can button this all up and tell you whose business this is. All right? Here we go. Remember, I told you at the beginning of this reading, I felt like an excitement, like an energetic shift. Like I am very excited right now. And that excitement has kind of morphed into like a nervous energy, okay? This is definitely an energy of, I'm not sure how this is going to go. This can go one way or the other. It definitely feels as if this person, let me be honest with you. This person knows good and doggone well that they were not right at all in how they handled this connection. Okay? And this morning when I got up and I was preparing to come and do this reading, Spirit said to me that quality requires patience. And a lot of us are in this ecosystem of relationships that just don't facilitate growth mindsets. They're not quality based. It's a lot of relationships that are coexisting out of trauma bonds. Like you just get together, that you guys are going from 0 to 100, right? There's no quality assurance. There's no check-ins. Nobody's holding anybody accountable. You know, like that type of thing, right? Like these relationships, you meet somebody today, they want you to move in tomorrow, right? These kind of crazy dynamics are happening, right? And so with that being said, Spirit said to me this morning, quality requires patience. You got to be willing to sit this out and be alone just a little while until you can get to the person who's there for you. Now, what does this have to do with this? Well, I'm glad you asked. The minute you took the step back and put your foot down and said, this ain't what I particularly am signing up for. This is not the relationship that I want. This is not what I'm signing up for. This is not what I believe in. This is not. The moment you took that step back, the moment you decided, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to play this game. And you broke that connection. You broke that conversation. You broke that access to that person. It took a while. I'm not going to say it was immediate because it was not. But it definitely took a while for this person to get to the point of understanding, oh, you understand? This is a true, like, oh, so you just gonna not say nothing? You just not gonna do nothing? Oh. Okay, that was it at first, right? Now we have officially hit the moment of the conversation, okay? So, as I was shuffling the cards, and as you guys have been watching, I was clearly off agenda. I started to hear this song. Well, this song has been in my head all morning, but I was trying to like figure out like what specifically did it have to do with anything. And so I keep hearing this song from 1976. Norman Connors, You Are My Starship. Okay? 1976. This song is as old as Jay-Z is, okay? Anyway, no shade. Just pointing out a fact, okay? So what I'm hearing him say is, I just can't say that it's here that you want to be. I just can't say, oh baby, I don't want nobody kissing you but me. Okay, so there definitely is some type of feelings here, okay, that may have not been admitted before coming into now, okay, which is where this conversation is going to become so illuminating, right? That ties back into the denial that is here. This ties back into the conversation that needs to be had, the truth that is coming out. And I'm telling you, this person walked away from this connection the first time acting like they wasn't bothered. But the truth is, this person was quietly, secretly, really bothered and aggravated. They were agitated. They couldn't believe it. They didn't think that you were going to stand on business the way you stood on business. And I'm telling you, now that you have gone the time, the months that have gone by with you standing on business, oh my God, they're not liking this. They're not liking this at all, okay? Now, if y'all ready to figure out whose business we are in, I need you to go ahead and find those drums. Go ahead and put those drums in the chat because we need to figure out whose business is this. Shall we? Whose business is this? Whose business is this? Whose business is this? I get the impression this person is not used to people walking away from them. They're used to running a show, and they're not used to people walking away from them. That's the first thing I get. The second thing I get, this person wanted to see you and view you as a friend. Okay? They wanted to see you and view you as a friend. Now, person A is coming in as the Knight of Wands upright. So this is the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Coming in as the Nine of Wands upright. This is about courage, persistence, the test of faith, which we already talked about, this leap of faith that was here, right? This is also about resilience, boundaries, last stand, gearing up for the worst, pessimism, and weary, okay? So this person took a stand, that they was going to stand on business, they was going to walk away, they was going to, listen, I don't care what you say, I don't care what you're thinking, I don't care what you're feeling, I'm going to do what I got to do. Because I feel like what you talking about ain't it. What you talking about ain't it, boo. That's exactly what that was. And this person said, you know what? I'm not going to do this no more.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Person B is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming in as this Two of Swords in upright. Okay? Difficult decisions, weighing options. Goes back to these groupies. Avoidance. We talked about that already. And deadlock, y'all. Okay? Remember that as we shift and talk about the potential energies involved, I read for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, ladies and gentlemen. So, unless you know what all your placements are, you can't say if it is or is not for you. You don't know, right? Unless you know that you know, okay? So, with that being said, y'all, I need y'all to go ahead and find the magnifying glasses. Let's go ahead and find these magnifying glasses, baby, because it's time for us to zoom in, get in your business, get messy, find out what's going on, and then we're going to zoom back out. We listen. We don't judge. We just having a conversation. It's grown folks talking. It's the Saturday after Valentine's Day, 6 o'clock in the morning. We ain't got to lie to nobody, right? All right. So if y'all ready to get into this reading, ain't y'all go ahead and find those magnifying glasses, put them down in the chat, and let's go. Because now y'all got me curious. Like, who's over here? Oh, God. Here we go.
I should have followed my own. I should have followed my own intuition. I should have followed my own. I knew it. I should have followed my own. 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 Willing.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I am on TikTok. No, I'm not live on TikTok right now. All right. What is going on with the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? What is going on? What is going on? Here we go. I just heard you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Okay? You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Okay? And this is one of those instances where they thought that they could stall you out. Yeah, they thought they could stall you out. All right, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You are currently coming in as the Three of Wands. Okay? There's a lot of things positively going on for you right now. Okay. You may have been focusing on other things recently, other things such as work, other commitments, volunteerism, passion projects, hobbies. Like, you have been very expansive in how you're collaborating with other people right now. And what I feel like in this time that you've been unattached from this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, since you have made the strides to move in a different direction from this person, I feel like you started back focusing in heavily on the things that really matter to you. Because in the past, your attention was so shifted and morphed to this other person that you, again, it goes back to this self-neglect. You were neglecting yourself, your self-care. What were your dreams? What were your aspirations? What were things that you wanted to do? Books that you wanted to read? Places that you wanted to go? You know, the things that really matter to you. What happened to that, right? And this is not something to beat you up per se. That happens when we're newly involved in relationships and we're feeling good about these relationships. We lose ourselves to these other relationships. And then all of a sudden, when the tide starts to change and the relationship is no longer in existence, we come to that stopping point where it's like, oh crap, like, who am I? What matters to me? What's important to me? So in this time that you've been apart from this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you have truly gone back to focusing on the things that really, really, really matter to you most. Okay? And that's what's been most important here. Now, when we come to this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, their present energy is coming in right now. As the Eight of Coins, okay? Listen, they've been trying to make it work, child. Okay, they have been trying to make it work. They doing whatever it takes to try to make it work. They trying to do the most with less. Okay? They're having decisions that they needed to make, which is also tying into their current foundational energy of the Two of Swords. Okay? There are decisions that need to be made. Let me hold this up so you can see it. Okay? Trying to make it work. You got a lot of things on your plate. But it's like, do I or do I not? Okay? So I feel strongly as though this person has been sitting around really thinking heavily about whether or not do they come forward, do they communicate with you, do they initiate conversation? Are they going to be trying to repair this situation because you have been on their mind? Or are you just simply going to chill out? Okay? Are you simply going to chill out? Are you simply going to just be quiet and let the cookies fall where they may? All right? But I do feel like there is such an aggravation with this person right now because, baby, they are shocked and flabbergasted that you have not picked up the phone, you have not reached out, you have not tried to repair, consolidate, nothing. Nothing. You have not tried to reconcile this, not one way or the other. And that is really, really bothering them because they're not used to that. Now, the positives in this, okay, the positives in this is what? Nothing fruitful has been happening for them. Okay? Nothing positive has been going on. Right? However, for you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you finally realized that once you left this person alone, this person, you understood why things were blocked from you, right? Things were hindered because you weren't in agreement with where you should have been spiritually at the time. You understand? This was one of those connections. How do I best describe this? Have you ever dated somebody that you know good and doggone well you shouldn't have been dating them, but you dated them anyway? This definitely feels like this is one of those instances and one of those times where you have people who are in a relationship or pursuing an engagement of some sort, and this was not the ideal time nor the place for y'all to be in this together. Okay? And when you were in this together, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you started to feel like things were slowing down for you. Like your money might have got funny, you know, your opportunities may have been drying up. Like there was a streak of bad luck that ensued upon this connection, like trying to grow and thrive. And if you were not paying attention to it, it would seem very weird, right? That one would have anything to do with the other. But the reason why was because at that time, this was not what was for you to be doing at that moment in time. This was not where you're supposed to be. So the positives is that this caused some type of disruption because Spirit was trying to get your attention to say, yoo-hoo, this ain't what you're supposed to be doing. This ain't where you need to be. This ain't what we need to be talking about over here. Okay? Now, the consequence here, this was Spirit reiterating to you. Nothing was going to ever come from this situation. This person had no intentions on being truthful. This person had no intentions on being honest and sincere. They had no intentions on long-term commitment. Like whatever they was telling you, it was all a bunch of lies, okay? It was all a bunch of lies. And you are hanging into their every word because you wanted to believe them. You wanted to trust them. Okay, you was putting all your eggs in this basket over here. And I hate to tell you, but
All a bunch of bullshit.
it was all a bunch of bull. Okay, it all was a bunch of bull. All right? And if you're being honest and you look at it, you will quickly see like, yo, this was all a bunch of lies. This was all a bunch of hogwash. It was a bunch of malarkey. None of these things were true. None of these things were true. And I believe that was the most disheartening thing about this connection. Once you split the first time, you came into that realization that none of these things are true. Okay, none of these things were true. Now, what is this trying to teach you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? You got to stop being so impulsive. Stop jumping in at stuff head first without thinking about it. Stop acting like you confused. You don't know what to do. See, it's nothing wrong with being spontaneous, right? It's nothing wrong with being spontaneous. However, it goes back to the comment that I made early on where I referenced you go from 0 to 100. There's no process. You meet somebody today, y'all move it in tomorrow. You done skip the whole dating phase. You done skip the whole getting to know you phase. You done went right into my man. And you've only known this person for 48 hours.
You've got mail.
That ain't even 48 business hours. Okay? So what I'm trying to tell you is this is trying to teach you to slow down. This is trying to teach you to think about what you need. Not what you want, but what you need. Because you've been neglecting your self-interest, your best self-interest, this whole entire time for the integrity of other people. And now that you don't have anybody, now it's like, oh, let me go love on my pet. Oh, let me go take a leap of faith and focus in on myself. Spirit is recognizing that and saying to you, listen, this ain't the way to be. We're too old for this. Okay? What this is trying to teach you, every time you continue to do this to yourself, you are creating self-imposed obligations and burdens upon yourself. You're making things way more difficult than what they have to be because you don't want to take the time and investment on the front end. Okay? And that's where this conversation with this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius gets thick. Because you came into this situation with this person. You jumped in head first, as per usual. Okay? Everything was all good. And then all of a sudden it came to a screeching halt because it wasn't good. Y'all jumped right in. Thinking that something special was going to come about this. That somebody was going to be able to, you know, I don't know what you was thinking. Like, the aggressiveness of this energy was very, very strange, if I'm being honest. Very strange. It was very forceful, very passionate, very brave, very optimistic, but it missed all of the checkpoints. You understand what I'm saying? This is like a person. I'm not going to go there because I don't want to offend nobody. There are checks and balances in healthy relationships for a reason. And it feels like whatever this person could do for you was so exciting that you literally jumped in head first. I like it here. It feels good here. But you you totally bypass all the quality assurance. This will be equivalent to somebody building a car and not going through that quality assurance process. Selling the car, somebody go test drive the car. I like the car. I like the way it smells. I like the way it look. I like the way it feel. And then all of a sudden you get off the parking lot and the bumper fall off. A wheel fall off. The side quarter panel fall off. The car is just breaking down. You understand what I'm saying? Because there was no checks and balances. All of this could have been prevented if somebody would have looked at the car and evaluated and says, oh, you're missing a screw here. You understand? Even though that's like a gross exaggeration and oversimplification. But the point is there are checks and balances here for a reason. And because you make a habit of dismissing all of those things, this is where this person was able to take advantage of you. They took advantage of you. They took your kindness for weakness. But then when you said, you know what, I ain't finna do this no more.
Goodbye.
They were sitting there like, oh, you're not about to chase me? You're not finna try to put no effort, no energy into this? You just gonna let this go? Shock of their lifetime because the answer was yes. Because you said, I ain't finna deal with this. And good for you. Good for you, sis. Good for you, sir. Good for you. Because you came into the awareness of understanding. I'm not going to sit up here and deal with this. I'm not going to tolerate this. You over here playing games with me. You treat me like I'm crazy. I'm telling you that I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Even though, in full disclosure, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you ain't have a pot to piss in to be sitting up here telling them what they could and could not do, what you like and don't like. You didn't have room to even do that. But you did it because you felt like you was entitled to. But how was you entitled to? You see what I'm saying? That was not even your girlfriend. This ain't even your boyfriend. Y'all ain't even there. But you checking this person like they are. And that's what caused the rift. That's what caused the disconnect. That's what caused the problems. Okay? That's what caused the problems. And this, I just said, this is what caused the problems. With this Four of Cups. This is what disrupted the relationship. They didn't like the fact that you were being way too aggressive. See, your aggression was good when it didn't require nothing of them. When you didn't have boundaries, when you didn't have expectations, when you didn't have no requirements, it was good because they could just do what they was going to do. But the moment that you started expressing frustration and hostility and going off and started chin check them for the stuff that they was doing, oh, that caused a problem. They didn't like the mother. They didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. The moment that you started doing stuff like that, they was like, oh, wait a minute now. You know, that's not exactly what I signed up for. I was just looking for somebody to kick it with. I wasn't expecting to be into no committed situation with nobody because this ain't that. That ain't where I am. I'm outside having fun. There's no strings attached for me. And this person came to the conclusion that they thought that you might have been a little bit off your rocker. And to their point, you somewhat were. Because you went from 0 to 100. That wasn't what type of time they was on. At the time, that wasn't what they was on. At that time, that wasn't where they were. Okay? And I'm not going to sit up here and hold you. With this Queen of Cups in reverse, baby, you came into the full conclusion and awareness. They were not being honest about who they were, where they were, what they were doing. You might have found out a whole lot of information about this Mickey Ficky. You found out a whole lot of information about them, sugar. A whole lot. Okay? More than what you thought you would have found out. You take a step back from people, the truth starts to follow them. When you take a step back, people start to see things for what they really truly are, right? Even though there was no contact here between you, fire and air signs, you sat back, you watched your social media. You see what they were being involved in. You was keeping tabs without keeping tabs, but you was keeping tabs on what was going on. And you started to see the mess unfold. And a part of you felt like, I'm so glad I didn't do this. I'm so glad I listened to my first instinct. And this is where you started to feel like, you know, I'm glad I didn't do this. But I do feel like if we were being honest, you never processed your feelings and your emotions about how the relationship truly came to an end the first time, okay? The first time. So, it feels as though you may have felt like you avoided disaster, okay? Ooh, now how you break a card, isn't that something? Y'all heard that? That was the Lovers, the 7 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups. Wow. Y'all see that? These cards broke. The Lovers, this person had a lot of choices about who they could be with at any point in time. They had a lot of choices. But the reality is, none of the choices that they had really made them happy. This is why this person is spinning the block. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Listen, this person had options. Let's be clear. They were never devoid of options. And you may have seen some of the shenanigans unfold on the internet, for real. Look, now I can't even, I'm going to have to take my card. I ain't going to be able to shuffle my cards appropriately. All right. So the truth came out about this person and their dishonesty. Like something blew up very badly in their face. Okay. Something blew up very, very, very badly in their face. And whatever it was that blew up in their face was so egregious that they decided that they need to cut everything and everybody else off. But because this person doesn't exactly know how to be alone either, this person started back going through their phone, hitting up these old contacts, right? Trying to go back and repair damaged relationships that they may have exploited before. And in that came you. So here they go, adding gasoline to a fire that was already there. Okay? You may have been sitting there minding your business. Okay? Minding your business on a good Friday. Happy you just got paid, feeling good, and all of a sudden,
what you doing?
Hi. What you got going on? What do you want, Tyrone? How can I help you? Well, I was just wondering if we could just, go grab something to eat for old time's sake. You see how this little slippery slope of stupidity starts to happen? But because you were in a space where you were free, they were in a space where they were free, they free because they ain't got no damn choice. This is how they come back and spin the block. Okay, this is how they come back and this is how they spin the block. And I'm going to be honest with you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, because you are equally so perplexed and confused about the connection, you're going to entertain them. You're going to entertain them. Because you ain't got nobody, they ain't got nobody. That's the first thing. The second thing is, you're covering up your feelings that you never resolved. And if we're being honest, you're going to say yes if they do want to spin the block. Right? That's what that is. So, they start coming back around, whether that's for friends or not. But as they come back around, you are definitely paying attention to decide whether or not this is something that you really, truly want to do. It gets to the point where it's like, I don't know. I'm reflecting and I'm reflecting and assessing whether or not this is something that I really, truly want to do, because it doesn't feel like this is something that I really want to do. Like, now you're starting to honor yourselves, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You're really starting to honor yourselves and respect yourselves enough not to be overly available and overly accessible to these situations that don't mean you any good. This person is going to come forward with some type of apology to you, and it's definitely going to catch you off guard. Okay, it is definitely going to catch you off guard with this Page of Pentacles. Okay, this person is legitimately sorry for how they treated you, because see, now that things have gone wayward, they understand how hurtful and damaging their behaviors have been.
I want to apologize.
They may have been in a position where they may have been emotionally immature the first time around. They just didn't see it. They didn't see it. They didn't believe it. They didn't know it. They didn't know how to feel about it. Now that they have gone through that point of a massive tower moment for them, they realize this is unsustainable. You cannot continuously be mistreating people and think that you're going to find joy, happiness, and all of the good things in life. It's no way that you're going to find that. You reap what you sow. You putting out bullshit, no strings, no rings. I'm just going to deal with my groupies. Well, there it is, right? There it is. But this person is definitely going to surprise you in how they're coming forward, asking for a fresh and clean start, which goes back to what we talked about in the beginning of this reading. The tender embrace, the denial card, another chance to be. And this is going to bring forth an extra layer of complexity for you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, which is why you may be going to find psychic readings. Okay? This is why you're going out to try to confirm what you should or should not do with this person. Because this person, it's not like it's a brand new situation. It's not a brand new situation at all. If it were new, you would take it one day at a time. But because this person betrayed your trust once before, you're like, I don't know if I want to do this again. But this person is very sincere with their apologies. They're not only apologizing, but they are also explaining what type of mental space they were in at the time that they were dealing with you the first time around.
I can explain.
They didn't really have the desire or the willpower at the time to really take this connection serious. And now that that is coming to the forefront, the question is, do you really have the desire or the willpower to want to take this serious?
How you doing?
I'm not going to sit here and say that they're going to put it all on the table within the same conversation. I feel like this is going to be a gradual process. It starts with taking you out to dinner, just grabbing a bite to eat as friends. They're going to be evaluating and assessing whether or not the door is really truly still open, in which in that regard it is, because you're entertaining them. Once that conversation is had, I feel like they're going to start asking you out on dates more often. And I feel like a sense of boredom is coming over you as well, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, to where you're going to entertain them because you do like their energy. But I feel like the energy is so different. It's polarizing and confusing for you. Like you're vacillating back and forth like, what is this? What is happening? Why is this happening? That's like the energy that I'm getting from you. It's like, it's this confusing energy of whether or not you should entertain this. But I feel like you're going to notice that something is vastly different. And I believe that as you get into this, that's where the apology is. That's where the explanation is. That's where they're going to express their extreme guilt and remorse here. Okay? They feel ashamed for their behavior. They're going to spill the beans and set the record straight, baby. They're going to tell you everything. They ain't going to hold nothing back. They ain't gonna hold nothing back. And it's going to be exceptionally shocking how this person opens up to you. Because the first time was the wrong time. All right? The first time was the wrong time. But now,
I'm not afraid to say it.
They on a different type of time, boo. Because see, what you didn't realize was that fire needs air in order to be. Okay? Not spirit giving us the thumbs up. You're going to get to decide what you want to do with that information. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you're going to have to make a decision. You get to decide what you want to do with this information. You see this? The Queen of Swords is facing all three different conversations and points. There are decisions that are going to be made. You have the Page of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Page of Swords. She's facing all three. Trying to decide, what will I or will I not do? What will I or will I not accept or tolerate? Do I even want to go back? Or do I like the energy as it is, as us just being friends? There's a lot here to unpack. But I do feel like, as we discussed, this will be a new, fresh beginning for you with this person. And the reason why I'm going back to that is because of all the things that we talked about But more importantly, with this Uranus at play, you're going to be taking a leap of faith. You're going to be breaking free. This is the new cycle that we talked about. The fast change in the new direction. You are going to be open to this and you will say yes. You will say yes. You've always been interested in this person. You've always had a care for this person. That's why things were so explosive from the very beginning until now. This person needed you and you needed this person. You didn't see it because things were complicated, things were convoluted, things were all over the place. But if you be honest about air and fire, air can make a little flame turn into a brush fire. It's expansive energy. Not enough air can put a fire out, right? So there is something here that is allowing the opening of growth and expansion and opportunity. But the question then becomes, is this really something that you want to be bothered with? Is there something here that you really want to entertain? And the decision is really on you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, whether or not you want to move forward. You get to decide. Because this person needed to go through everything that they needed to go through in order to come to the conclusion that they too old for this. These games are stupid. They don't need to be doing it. They don't need to be playing these games with folks. Stop lying to people. Stop misleading people. Stop having malicious, all of those different things, right?
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Karma doesn't skip a beat when it comes to coming back around with that boomerang. And now that they have experienced this for themselves, they don't like how it feels when things blow up on them.
And it stunk so bad.
So they definitely have come to the conclusion, like, this ain't the type of life I want. This ain't the type of harvest that I want. This ain't none of this. None of this is what I want. And there is a strong sense of acknowledgement about that. And because I know some of y'all out here thinking, but why me? Because you was the first person to say, listen, mother trucker, I wish you would. That put within them this energy of, nobody else has ever checked me before about my behavior.
Hold up.
That's what made them spin the block. That's exactly what made them spin the block. They was a little bit curious about it because you called them out on their game. They wasn't expecting that. And now that you got the last laugh, that's why they came back towards you. Because they can run this game 999 more times on all the other ones. They can't run this game over on you. Ooh, let's get ready to close this one out. Let's find out what the next steps are and what's the potential outcome. Because, oof, I feel like you got a heavy decision, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I definitely do. Here we go. I dropped a card. Hold on. Let's see. When we talk about potential final outcomes, we talk about what is possible. But you guys are free moral beings. You can make whatever decisions you want to make, right? This is about you and how you feel, in essence. about the outcomes and the connections. Now that you know what you need to do or could do, what do you want to do, right? The decision is yours. Okay? I feel like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius are going to take their time making a decision. You don't really trust this connection, and it's understood. Okay? You definitely feel like you don't trust them. They're going to have to prove to you. Okay? They're definitely going to have to prove to you that they're serious. Because you don't trust them. Right? Oh my gosh. Okay. For some of y'all, not for all of y'all, but for some of y'all, y'all gonna rush into the sack with this person, and that's gonna further complicate your feelings even further. Even though it feels good to you, even though it's something that you really want to do, it's that feeling.
I feel good. I knew that I would not.
You should have withheld. You definitely should have withheld. But you grown, do what you do. You're going to be evaluating during this time whether or not this person is truly giving and receiving mutually the energy, that there is balance, that there's peace, that there is harmony. Things are working, the positivity of the yin and yang. Notice that we're talking about major arcana here, folks. So how you guys treat this outcome could determine whether or not this is going to have long-term potential impacts on your life. This person could be considering marriage, guys. See, look, the High Priestess again. This is your third major arcana. Okay, third. This is all about things that change how your perspective, as well as things that make you stronger. And you're going to have to tap into your intuition a whole lot. You're going to be reliant upon that energy to guide you through. Because I told you, that's going back to the psychics too. Calling the psychics and oracles and things like that. Trying to get insight. Because I feel like even though you're interested, I just feel like you don't trust it. But I do feel like you're going to eventually get that spark back with this Ace of Wands. You're going to make the decision to go forward. Okay, you're definitely going to make the decision to go forward. It's going to be a long time, though. I don't see this as being a quick, fast, hurry, I accept your apology energy. I do feel like this is going to take a while to get there. Okay? It's going to take a while. And at the bottom of the deck, we got the Two of Wands. You're going to feel like you have no other choice to make. You're going to feel like you have no other choice to make. And my question is, why do you feel like you don't have any other choice to make? That's the real question. What do you mean you don't have a choice? You do have a choice. Everybody has a choice. Well, for some reason, when it comes to you and this particular person, you feel like you don't have a choice. Why is that? For some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, remember when I said y'all rushed into the sack? I hope y'all have protection. Birth control, condoms, spermicides, whatever those things look like for you. And because if not, somebody probably is going to get pregnant, which is why the reason you have no other choice but to go forward with this connection. It's because there's a child involved here that you didn't see coming. Oh, goodness gracious. Angels, what messages do you have for the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius dealing with this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? What messages do you have for them today, for the people who are involved in this reading? What messages do you have for them today? They definitely don't want you moving on without them. I'm going to tell you that now. I keep hearing that song. I don't want nobody kissing you but me. Yeah, they mean that. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. That's why you're getting another chance. Yep. Emotional healing. Romeo and Juliet. What messages do you have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, the people who are in this reading? What messages do you have for them? What they did in the past is the past. This person is a whole new person. You didn't see this coming. Friar Lawrence. Wise, trustworthy, caring, and optimistic. Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast. They stumble who run fast. So this goes back to you taking your time. Okay, we talked about this just maybe a few minutes ago. About you taking your time, evaluating and assessing, not rushing. Looking to ensure that things are where they need to be. Okay? Spirit, what messages does Gemini, Libra, Aquarius have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? What messages do they have? You are so smart. You have me figured out. Told you. They wasn't expecting for you to chin check them. Spirit, what thoughts does Aries, Leo, Sagittarius have towards this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that's in this reading? What thoughts do they have? Oop. Didn't I just tell y'all? Fire needs air in order to be expansive. So there's something about this connection that you're getting from this person that motivates you to go further the distance in what the things that you're working on and collaborate with. Like, you've been doing it, but like now you got that extra energy. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because air signs are one of action, knowledge, and communication, and fire signs is all about passion, right? Passion and ego and drive, okay? So you guys possibly are brainstorming on a lot of different things on how to get things going, but it's feeding you and motivating you to move forward, all right? But it's definitely there, okay? Spirit, what shadow work could Aries, Leo, Sagittarius be working on during this time? Shadow work. Illusion. Seek reality, even if it's raw and challenging. This is about the mirage. This is about fantasies and deception. Okay? So this is you overcoming the illusions that have been here in the past. This is not the same person anymore. You got to get past that. Spirit, what shadow work should Gemini, Libra, Aquarius be working on right now? Grief and pain. Find healing, a deeper connection to the self. This is about sorrow, mourning, and loss. Okay, remember I told you they had a tower moment in their lives. They got to learn how to process their feelings and their emotions. This is why they started spinning the block. This is why they started going back through their phone. It went bad. It went left real bad. It went left real bad. Didn't see it coming, folks. All right. Spirit, can you give me a timing for when this is going to I just dropped something on the floor. Oh, not February 16th falling on the floor. That's tomorrow. Spirit. What can we expect for this relationship to start to get back on pace? Hey. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right, let's see. When can we expect? When can we expect for this relationship to get back on key? By July, okay? So around summer solstice, July 21st, all right? By July 21st, around the mark of summer, the official mark. Well, yeah, summer solstice, around the summer solstice. So what happens during summer solstice, that's the longest day of the year. And then shortly thereafter that, the day starts getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So I feel like by this time, things will start to get more serious for you guys. I'm going to venture to say, because February 16th card did fall on the floor and I did see it, I'm going to venture to say this person may start reaching out to you anytime after tomorrow. Okay, anytime after tomorrow, this person may start reaching out to you. But I feel like they're going to start getting this thing very serious by mid-July. Okay, summer solstice. Whew. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. Okay, I'm definitely excited for you. Whew. Listen, you got to be motivated by Nicki Minaj. This is leadership. I don't know how they got her down as leadership, but they do. I'm gonna mind my business. Shout out to Kathy. All right, this is about you leading the way, you being dominating. Okay, you putting your foot down. Which, ironically, we're talking about Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Nicki Minaj is a Sagittarius. Okay. So this is her taking charge, being a trendsetter. You did that. That's all I can say, baby. You did that. You did that, all right? So with that being said, I'm going to get out of this business, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Pisces Tarot Experience. If y'all enjoyed this reading, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bookmark this reading because you can come back to it at any point in time. Listen to it. Listen, Linda, listen. Okay, you can listen to it anytime. Make sure y'all leave comments in the section below and let me know how these messages resonate with you. Because, child, y'all be in my DMs, emails, texts, all of that. Y'all be telling me. And I get that these are personal messages for y'all. So y'all be like, you know, sometimes it be hitting and sometimes it be like out there. Listen, sometimes I don't know who is for. But the thing is, just because they don't put it in a comment section don't mean it ain't resonating with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because people be like telling me, And it's the ones that we think are so left field and out there, the ones that we think they're so out there, baby. Somebody, I swear to you, they'd be like, oh my God, I was so embarrassed. That was me. Okay? So these messages do mean something to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So we just don't know who it's for. That's whatever spirit got to say. But regardless, leave me some comments, y'all. Y'all can blow me a heart. You can blow me a kiss. You can blow whatever you want to. Just leave me some messages to let me know that these messages are resonating with you. And it also helps circulate the content for other people who are looking for insight, right? They'll be like, oh my God, this girl here talking for 3 hours. But if it means something, you know, they'll see that with the comments, right? So just do me a favor and show me some love in that regard, right? I'm also booking personal readings at this time. So if you want to book a reading, it is available on my website at PiscesTarot.com, PiscesTarot.com. The link is in the bio, or you can scan that QR code up there in the corner. Last but not least, remember, y'all, remember, especially in these days and times that we're living in, remember to be patient. Everybody is dealing with a battle that you cannot see. Be kind, be patient, and be gentle with others just as much as you are with yourself. How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond to them is, because what's in you will come out of you. Okay? And if they do some old crazy stuff and you start spewing obscenities, that's what's a reflection of what's in you. But if you say, you know what? God bless. Have a good day. That changes the narrative, right? So leave a little bit of love everywhere you go. And I will see y'all next time tomorrow. And I might jump back on later. Just depends on what I got going on. But y'all have a wonderful day. Happy Saturday. And I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.